Hello everyone, welcome back. We will be continuing our previous topic, that is of decision making statements with nested if else. So let's have a look at the nested if else first. So our definition says if the condition 1 is true, then it will execute the statement in our condition 1 part. If it is false, it will look for another if condition in else part. So if condition 2 is true, it will execute the condition 2. If false, it will look for the another condition in else part. If none of the condition was true above, it will execute the last one, that is our else part. So let's see it practically. Go to your package explorer, create a program. I have created mine. Again, I will be using the scanner class to take the input from user, that is you, so that you will learn how to take input and you can check the output at your runtime. So let's take an input. Create a object first, given a statement to take the input. Take an integer variable. Now you know how to write, so write it by yourself. So now what we have to do is we have to use nesting of if else. So let's create some of the code. So see, what I have done till now is I have taken an input from user in a variable value. So in nested if else, I will be comparing the value in each of the conditions. So my first condition is if value is equal to 10, it will print the output as you have entered 10. This is the format to write else if you are using nesting of if else. So else if value is equal to 20, that means if the value is 20, it will print this output. If no condition is true, it will execute the else part. That means you have entered garbage value. And then when the else part is over, I have given a sequential statement to print the value. So let's execute the command and see the output first. As I have given only two if conditions, so I have mentioned for the user that you should enter either 10 or 20. So let's check it out first with the 20. Enter 20. See, we have got the output as you have entered 20. Thank you for entering the value 20. There is one more small point I would like to mention in this is that as you can see, while writing if condition, I have used a bracket opening and a bracket closing. But while writing else condition, I haven't used any bracket opening or bracket closing. This doesn't mean that you don't have to write bracket opening or bracket closing. It is a compulsion, but if you are writing a single block of code, it is not a compulsion to use the brackets. You can remove the brackets from here too. It will work the same way as it was working before. You can check it out by executing the command again. Let's enter 30. See, it has given me the desired output that you have entered a garbage value, which is in the else part. Thank you for entering the value. So I have copy pasted the same line and changed the output to you are out of control statement. So when I will execute the command, so will it come under else part or will it come under the sequential flow? Let's execute the command and see. See, what we have got output as a you have entered 10. Then another output as you are out of control statement. That means if you have not written the block of code, it will consider only the next statement as to be in the else part. You have to mention a block if you are writing more than one line. And it's a good practice to write everything in a block of code. So this will be all about the nesting of if else statement and if statement. And all of these example I have taken was of the integer data type. You can go on with the byte, short, int, long. It doesn't matter. It will work the same way. So in our next example, I will be telling you how to use the string variable and how to compare the values in a if condition using a string variable. So let's create a new file. Let's just take our input as string. See, what I have done here is I have taken a name Tom and I have compared the variable with the name Tom. Okay, so both are the same. So I should get an output of correct name. Let's execute the command. See, I have got an output of correct name. Now let's check out the same example where you will be giving the input and we will see if we are getting the same output or not. So let's take an input. Let's take the same name to variable and we will take input as object scanner dot next. Next was our function in the scanner class that was to take the next token as an input as a string. So what we have done is we have taken the input. Now let's just mention the condition. Let's copy paste the same thing. I will be comparing the variable 2. So name 2 is equal to this. So let's just execute the command and see the output. See, in our first part, that was in this part, we have got the output as correct name because we have written name as Tom and compared Tom to Tom and we have got the same output as correct name. So in our second section, what we are getting is it's asking me for the name. So let's write Tom again. As you can see in the console window, I have written the Tom in the same way as in the if condition. But what will happen if I press the enter key? See, it has given me the output as wrong name. No matter how many times you execute the program, it will give you the output as wrong name. So what you need to do is you have to remove that equal to sign with the equals function. Equal function comes with a bracket sign, bracket. In between that you have to mention your value, that is our Tom. So now you execute the command, enter a name that is Tom and press enter. Then you will get the output as correct name. So remember, while comparing the string variable, when you are taking user input, you have to use the equal to function. So you might be wondering now why I have got the correct output in the first part, that is with the equal to sign, and why I have to use the equal function of the string class to get the correct output in the second part. So to know that, you have to check this out. See, those operator compared two value to see if they refer to the same object. That means we were giving the input at the coding time and we were comparing the same value at our runtime. So it has not given me any error. So what you need to do is you have to use the string variable dot equals function of the string class, and in between that you have to mention your value. By this method, it will compare the values, actual values, not the references. In the previous one, it was first looking for the references. So that's the basic difference between equal to sign and the dot equals function while you are using the string variable. So I think this will be all for the decision making statement, including your if statement, if else, and nesting of if else. I have told you the example using the integer value and using the string value. If you have any doubt apart from this, you can ask me in the comment section. I will be happy to help you out. So in our next tutorial, we will be looking at the switch case statement. Thank you for watching.